Yo's me, your boy, Shonen Boy, here today. I'm here today to do a character tier list of Arcane Season 2. Let's get straight into this. So, if you have not watched the Arcane series Season 2, go and watch it, because I probably will be dropping some spoilers here and there throughout this, character tier list. And, so if you haven't watched that, go and watch that. And, if you haven't watched my review of Arcane, I'll link it down in the description box down below, so go and watch that. And so this will be my character tier list. Now, this is not all the characters, obviously, but this is the characters that are most relevant in the show. So I'm just going to go over them and give you my takes, and sort of rank them from S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, trash, and So yeah, and if you want to put your thoughts down below of what you who do you think is how would you structure this tier list, and who's your favorite character in Arcane, put that in the comment section down below, and also hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get straight into this. So yeah, so the first one is Jinx, or Powder, or whatever you want to call her. So honestly, I would put this character into S tier, because I love Jinx. She was great in season 1, and then season 2 she's gone through so much shit, and in season 1 and 2, and the amount of trauma and the just character development, the writing and everything for this character is so top notch and so good, and I love it. And the ending of season 2 with her dying with Vander and everything like that. Some people have said that she didn't die and she is still alive. I like to think that she did die, and because it caps off her character really well. In my opinion. So I thought that it was a really good sort of way that her character sort of went out, and I didn't want her to sort of live on, so because she kind of was she was consenting to her dying and everything like that, with Vander, so it made kind of sense. But if she is still alive, then I guess she can try to become a better person, maybe get with Echo, and they can live out the rest of their days, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I like Jinx. She's good. She's S tier in my opinion. And so let's move on to Echo. So Echo is my favorite character of the series. He is a really awesome character. I love him. I loved him in season 1 and also in season 2, and I really liked the whole alternate universe type of thing where he got sucked into another universe, and he was living his best life with the alternate Powder, the good version of Powder, and he was just having the best life. And then but he knew that it wasn't his timeline, so he had to go back and fix his timeline, and then he was left all alone, because Jinx died, so yeah. But he was a great character. Echo is one of the best characters, best written characters, and I love him all around, and he's so intelligent and so just great. I like him. So yeah, S tier, best character. Anyways, moving on. So Vi. I had to think about it. I said in my review that she is my second favorite character, but I no longer think that, because I watched someone's review and they laid out all of the things that Vi has done throughout the series, and all the bad decisions, and all the and all the complications that she did and everything like that. And when I was listening to this person, I was like, oh, okay, I get where you're coming from. So, I will put her in the A category. She's not a bad character or anything like that, but she's no longer my second favorite character. I would probably put that now with, Jinx. Jinx and Echo are my two favorite characters now. And Vi, she's still a great character, don't get me wrong, but I would probably give her an A. And the same thing goes with Kate. Kate is also an A in my opinion. Those two characters, they complicate things a lot, and I felt like it was kind of just getting annoying after a while, with their whole tiff with their relationship. I just kind of wanted them to get together, and so that we could move on from this. So yeah. And they took up so much, screen time, and so much, was put into their relationship, which is fine. That's totally fine. But I feel like they got a little bit too much into the shipping and relationship source. Yeah. But they're still great characters. I would still give them a good solid A in my opinion. But I don't think that they're S tier characters. So yeah. Moving on. So. Mbessa. So Mbessa, I would also give. Oh, should I give her an A or an S? Because Mbessa was a really good character in season 2, but in the last episode, she just kind of I feel like her death was kind of just I wanted her to go out in a different way. So I would give her just an A. She was a good character, don't get me wrong, and she was really well written, and I love her, but I feel like she was, I feel like if she went out in a different way, or if she just, killed her in a different way or something like that. I don't know. So it felt like in the last episode they didn't really know what to do with her, so they just kind of killed her off and had her fight Mel and also Kate, and those two girls sort of defeat her, and it was okay, but so I'd give her a good solid A, but I wouldn't really give her an S tier. So you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Chase is also the same deal. I'm going to give him an A. He went a bit gung-ho crazy at the end, and I feel like he was a good character, don't get me wrong, but I feel like he was kind of sidelined at the with his little plot, and then he came back and he was just okay, I've been changed forever and now I've got to do this, and he was on a mission, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I will admit that he was a pretty good character and I do like him. I give him a good solid A. He's well written and I think he's a good character. So yeah. Victor is I would give him an A too. I like Victor. He's okay. He's cool. Him becoming a villain was a little bit fast in my opinion. Him being corrupted by Singed and everything like that, and him becoming this hive mind mentality, and him wanting to be one with everyone, and him trying to do the infinite Tsukuyomi on everything, and it's just okay, mate. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that Victor, deserves an A. I don't think he's an S tier, maybe. I don't know. But, yeah. Mel, honestly, I wish we got more from her, because I feel like, she was a little bit, not, fleshed out enough. I feel like we should have got a little bit more on the Black Rose, organization. Maybe stayed with her for another episode. And focused on her family and everything like that. Got a backstory for her brother, maybe, and just focused on giving us the full details on what that organization's all about. You know what I'm saying? And how her mother had an affair with someone in the Black Rose, and how Mel got these powers and everything like that. It did explain it, don't get me wrong, but I feel like they could have focused on maybe one more episode with Mel, and fleshed out her character a little bit, because I feel like she was a bit sidelined a little bit, but she's still a great character, so I'd give her a good solid A. Yeah, A. I would give her a good solid A. I do still like her as Singed, or I don't like this character. I don't like how he got away with everything, because it just feels like Orochimaru, all over again. How he just gets away with everything, and he's done all this heinous shit in the background, and he's the one who made Shimmer. He's the one who made Vander into the way that he is now. He did so many, like he killed so many people, he manipulated so many people, he like manipulated Victor and everything like that, and like it's just like, bruh, I do not like Singe. He was so like, nah, trash. I hate him. I hate this character. I hate him. I don't think he's like a bad character in the way he's like written, but I just hate how he just gets away with everything, and like no one like arrests him and puts him behind bars or like kills him or something like that. It's like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Maddie, trash. Fuck Maddie. Okay, fuck her, okay? I hate her. She was like this one night stand thing that Kate had, and she tried to be like this relevant character, and then she got in the way of these two characters getting together, and then Kate's like, oh, but I'm seeing someone else, and then Vi's just like, shut the fuck up, I don't give a shit, you know what I'm saying? And then Maddie died in the funniest way possible. Like, honestly, the way that Maddie died was so funny. I like laughed my head off when she died. I was just like, bruh. But yeah, I don't like her, trash. Isha's S tier. I don't think anyone will fault me for that. Isha is S tier character, and I love her. She is my baby child. She's everyone's baby child. And it broke me when she died. She broke me. I was crying. I felt so bad for Jinx and everything like that. And it's just like, bruh, so yeah, it was so sad when Isha died, and she was a great character. I would give her a good solid S tier. Yeah, I love her. Benso's not a really relevant character. He's more in the background, but he's still a great character. And he was still a great, sort of, I guess, dad figure to, Echo. I think that he was a great dad figure to Echo, and he, was really cool and everything like that. I would give, Benso a good solid B. He's an alright character. I like him. And I like the alternate version of him, where like Echo gives him a big hug and says like, you're everything to me, and it's just like, it's so sweet, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Heimerdinger's S tier. I like Heimerdinger. He's cool. He's awesome. He's just, your, little cute character that's super intelligent, that, is really well written and everything like that. And I really do hope that we get to see him in the alternate universe and see what he does and what he could do with the alternate Echo and the alternate Powder, what they could possibly cook up. It would be really interesting and really cool. And I just really like Heimerdinger. He's a really cool character. Now, Zuko is a really good villain. Like, fuck this, Singed, and he's not, this guy is well written. I love, Zuko. He's so cool and so calculated and so, even though he's a villain, he was a great, sort of like, I guess, father figure to Jinx. He was always there for her, like always propping her up and always like, being there for her. Even though he wasn't the best dad and he has done some heinous shit and he is evil, but I will admit that he is still a, really well-written character, and I really do like Zuko as a villain and as a character. So yeah, I think he's a cool character. Kate's mom, I actually don't really remember her name, but but she was cool. We didn't really get very much about her. In season 2, she, kind of died. And so, yeah. But it was really sad for Kate and everything like that. So I'm going to give this character a good solid C. I don't really have very much of an opinion on this character. So, yeah, I'll just give her a C. Savika, I think her name is Savika. Savika is a good solid B, in my opinion. I like her. She's interesting. She's cool. I like her, fighting style and everything like that. And I like how she's, she's like, sort of like the same sort of like thing with like she had the same dynamic when she came to Jinx with Vi. She was like they all like are sisters in my opinion, and I like their dynamic, the Jinx and also Zivika. Their dynamic is interesting and cool. I like it, and I do really like their relationship. So yeah, I'm gonna give her a good solid B. Moving on, so this is Powder from the alternate timeline. I thought I would just put this in there. I thought that she was kind of cool, and I would really like to see more of her. I thought that she was really, cute and everything like that. This alternate side of, Jinx, Powder that didn't go crazy or anything like that. And I thought that she was interesting and cool, and I really hope that we see more of her. So yeah, I give her a good solid A because she got with my boy Echo. So yeah. Moving on. So this is Vander in his beast form. I would give him a good solid B, because I kind of wanted a bit more from this character. I wish that we got more into, how, Singed, affected him and what he did to him and what his, like, what he was, like, what was going on inside of his like mind, because at a certain point we just like didn't focus on him. He just was too lost in his own he became too lost in his like own ravenous sort of like beast form, that he couldn't really like think for himself after what happened with Singed manipulating him and everything like that, and filling his his mind with all this toxins and everything like that. I feel like we should have got a little bit more about Vander in this form and everything like that, and I would have liked Vander, Vi, and also Jinx to be a family. We did get that in one of the episodes. They hugged, but like I feel like we should have got a little bit more about him. So yeah. Moving on, this council member, honestly, the Malfoy dude, I don't really care, trash. I don't really give a shit about him. He died anyways, and I was just like, who cares? So, yeah. Moving on, so this is Vander, in, I guess, Season 1. And I like Vander. He's a good character. I would give him a good solid A. I like him. He's interesting. He's cool. I like him as a father figure to Vi and also Powder. He was cool in Season 1, and I really wish we would have got more about him in in Season 2, but he was kind of dead by that time. So, yeah, and I really wish we would have got more about him in Season 1 as well. And, yeah, I really wish that, we might have got, like, maybe a backstory of how Vander and Zuko were, like, brothers back in the day. Maybe an episode about Vander and Zuko back in the day, maybe. We did kind of get that with, like, with like Vi and Jinx, Vi and Powder's mom, and also Zuko and Vander. We kind of got that with their backstory, but I really wish we got a little bit more, maybe. I just want more from this show, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. And the last but not least, the really big guy that was following Mbessa around. I don't really remember his name, but he was kind of cool. He stayed loyal to Mbessa all throughout, like, Season 2. Like, he did not, betray her or anything like that. He was loyal to the cause, and I really like, I wish we would have got a little bit more about him, maybe, but yeah, I would give him a good solid C, maybe? Yeah, C. I would give him a good solid C. And, yeah, that is all of the characters that were relevant in the storyline of Season 2 and also Season 1. And that's my thoughts, and that's my rankings, for all the characters. How would you structure this tier list? Put your thoughts down below of who is your favorite character in Arcane. And yeah. But anyways, this is your boy, Shonen Boy, signing out. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have an awesome day.